After the fall of the queenly city of Troy, the victorious Greeks sailed for home led by the wise, strong, and brave Odysseus, king of Ithaca. From Ilium, as Troy is sometimes called, the winds carried Odysseus, his 12 stout ships, and their crews to Ismarus. Zeus, the cloud gatherer, called up the north wind, and he sent a terrible tempest against the ships, covering land and sea with clouds. Then night came rushing down from the sky. In the blackness, the ships plunged along, their sails ripped to shreds by the wind. When they had recovered from the gale, Ithaca was not far off, but the sea and the current and the northwest wind caught the ships as they doubled Cape Malea, and drove them adrift past Cythera. After being beaten about by bitter winds for 9 days, they were in the country of lotus eaters. These people proved to be friendly enough. They offered Odysseus' men some of their food, but alas, whoever tastes that honey sweetness thought no more of his ship or his home. He wanted to stay with the lotus eaters, idly feeding with them on the luscious fruit. Odysseus had to tie his men and drag them back to the ships by force, while they wept and protested all the way, and before anyone could taste of the lotus, he had them bending to their oars, and the ships went scudding across the gray sea.
Jesus and his men continued their journey and come to the land of the one-eyed giants called the Cyclopes, a wild and lawless tribe. After a dramatic escape from these man-eating giants, they sailed on the staff at the island of Aeola. Aeolia, the home of Aeolus, ruler of the wind. Aeolus gave Odysseus a bag of oxide where he was placed all the winds except the winds to give the travelers a smooth and fast journey. After sailing for 9 days and nights, they come in sight of their homeland, and Odysseus feels free to last to sleep. But while he is asleep, the men conspire to open the bags, for they think it is full of treasure. The winds rush out, whirl ships off to sea again, far from them their native land.
Odysseus sails on once more, and they sailed glad to be alive, but sorrowing for their brave companions. It was then they came to the island of Circe, a goddess with beautiful hair, who spoke in the simple words of men. Circe came at once and opened the shining doors, bidding them all come in. Only Eurylochus stayed behind, for he feared some kind of trick. She gave them all comfortable seats and made them a dish of cheese and meal and yellow honey mixed with wine. But with it she also mixed harmful drugs to make them forget their native land. When they had swallowed the strange brew, she tapped each man with her wand. In a flash they were turned one and all to animals. So Odysseus went up from the seashore into the enchanted woods. There he met Hermes, the messenger of the gods, appearing in the likeness of a young man. Hermes took Odysseus by the hand and said,
Where are you going, unhappy man? Your companions are shut up in the Circe's stalls, and you are in danger of landing there yourself, never to return. Still, if you insist upon going, I will help you to keep safe. Take this herb, and when you get to Circe's house, drop it into the brew she serves you. It will keep you from evil fate.
Circe led Odysseus to a fine carved chair with knobs of silver, with a footstool to his feet. She mixed him a brew, dropping in her evil drugs. He drank it off, but no was bewitched. Still, she tapped him with her wand and said,
Of the stall with you too.
Then Odysseus drew his sharp sword and leaped at her as if to kill her. But she cried out and threw herself at his knees, saying,
Who are you? Where is your home? There has never been a man who could drink my enchanted brew and not be completely bewitched. Surely you must be Odysseus, the man who is ready for anything. For Hermes has told me you would stop here in your way home from Troy. Come now, put up your sword, and let us be true friends.
Then Circe took her wand and went into the stall, drove out all the animals. When they had stood before her, she went among them, sprinkling over them another charm. At once they were turned back to men again, but younger and more handsome than before. When all the men had baths and fresh clothing given them in Circe's house, they joined the others, feasting merrily in the hall, and when they saw each other face to face again, Julie and Ruth rang. So there they stayed a full year, feasting on meat and sweet wine.